Building boundaries between in-laws in marriage is what we want to consider today. It is not just about building boundaries, but it is about building healthy boundaries. My name is Helen, the convener of Marriage and Divorce Counseling with Purpose. Relationship can be difficult with in-laws. It could be at least challenging, and then there are no specific rules on how to really relate with them. So then the first one I want to mention is about you building boundaries. That there is need to set good boundaries, because these healthy boundaries is key to a good in-law relationship. Study found it that men who are so close to their in-laws that they are 20% less likely to divorce. And then again, the same study made us to realize that women who are so close to their in-laws have 20% to be more likely getting divorced. That is how complicated the relationship between in-laws could be. Research has made us to understand that people, women, wives who are close, so close to their in-law have 20% of a higher risk of getting divorced at the long run, because they might not be able to satisfy whatever the in-laws are looking for. The relationship might become more complicated. Nevertheless, I am not advocating that women should not get close to their in-law. No, far from it. But what I'm trying to say is that not all in-laws are the same. Yeah, some in-laws are so peaceful and they form blessings into marriages, but there are some that are the other way around too, that are very, very difficult to handle, to relate with. So when you find yourself in the middle of such marriage, whereby you feel as if you are displaced, you are not reckoned with, you feel rejected, you don't feel accepted, you don't even feel as if you are one of them, how do you do? How do you set these healthy boundaries? Women may be more likely to be affected by in-laws' stress than men. So I think this address is meant for my gender generally, who are having struggles in their relationship with their in-laws. Boundaries with in-laws may actually give both parties to find a new way to navigate to secure closer bond. How do we set these boundaries? The first thing I want us to consider is that please, we should address the issue first. Okay? So, and if you are so keen that, okay, you really want to set boundaries between you and your in-laws, you should be able to address the issue. Know what the problem is. Know what the problems are. Okay? Are they overly controlling, or maybe do you feel belittled? Do you think they always belittle you? Or do you think they always put you down as a garbage in? Or do they try to put you in every situation? Do they try to put you in a trash and cover you up there? Do they try to make you feel less human? Do they make you feel as if you don't deserve their son? See, the earlier the better for you. When you are able to identify a problem, then the solution is close by, is nearby. I think the first thing you should do, okay, you wanted a healthy boundary, but what exactly are you creating those boundaries for? So first, please address the issue. Be able to identify your area of lapses, what you felt you cannot tolerate. When you were able to pinpoint that problem, then we would know how to set the boundaries adequately. The second thing you should do, please, is that please, you should speak with your partners. I really would not encourage any of my gender to go and be confrontational with their in-laws. No, that is far, far from solution, because you cannot confront your in-laws. You could be rude, you could be disrespectful. So whenever you feel out of place, please speak with your husband. Talk to your husband. Talk to your partner. It doesn't have to be towards the wife alone. The man can also suffer the same thing. Yeah, there are situations like that it will be the man that feels so little whenever he approaches the wife's family. So if it is happening to the man or to the woman, please talk to yourself. If it is happening to the man, please talk to your wife. Let your wife understand what you are going through. Let her be able to know what you feel. Let her be able to know who is different to you with so much scorn. Let her know, or let him know everything you are experiencing. Please, the first contact should be your spouse. Discuss the situation with your spouse and then get to the bottom of the issue together, not singularly. Do you know why you need to speak with your spouse before creating any form of boundaries? Do you know why you need to bring them there? It's because you cannot do it all alone. You cannot be confrontational, and then you cannot just stand up or wake up one of these days and then you tell your husband, okay, I have spoken with your sister, I don't want to see her here. I have spoken with your mom, I don't know when she can be coming here. No. You can't do all of that. You cannot just go to your husband's sister, brother, or the mother or the father and begin to dish out boundaries to them without the consent of your husband, without the proper agreement with your husband. And that is the reason why you should please talk with your husband. It is very, very important. And then please, 3, be careful while communicating with your in-laws, so that they will understand the boundaries. Don't be arrogant in your speech. Don't be rude. You don't have to be disrespectful. Remember that those in-laws brought forward, they brought to life your spouse. So you really have no justification to disrespect them or to disregard them or to speak anyhow with them. Please, you will have to communicate sensibly to them. That is the requirement, please, and it will not change no matter how difficult they are. The boundary you need to set might be in the way you relate with them. It might be like how often you see them. It might be in how often you visit them. Sometimes all this spite and displeasure always happen when you are around them. So maybe you will have to scale it down a bit. Maybe you will have to reduce them. Maybe you will have to find a different way to interact with them. Please, don't you compete for affection. Don't tell your husband or don't tell your wife to make a choice. No, remember that you are the wife of your husband. Remember that you are the husband of your wife, and nobody in your entire families, both left and right, who competes that position with you. And in no competition with anyone. You are the wife, that is normal. You are the husband, that is affirmed. So you really don't have to be in competition with anybody. No, not even with your mother-in-law or your father-in-law. Your space is already there, and your space is peculiar. As the wife or as the husband. And then please never fight with your spouse. In case you have any disagreement with your in-laws, don't come and then set your home on fire. Don't come back from wherever you have and begin to confront your husband, pouring all of the aggression on him. Don't put your home apart, because sometimes you might not be able to blame your spouse for whatever the in-laws have done to you. So it is actually not wise when you come back home and then you set your home on fire. So try to understand them, because I don't believe that it is only you who is always right at the same all the time. You can't be the only perfect person. Sometimes try and be objective. The fault can actually be from you. You could be the one at fault. So don't just close your eyes to reality and begin to heap the whole blame on your in-laws. So you can actually have some self-evaluation from what your in-laws could be saying about you. So, and then you try and be reasonable with them. It might be what they actually needed. They might be truthful. They might be realistic. They might not actually be after you, as you have seen. Stop seeing them as a monster who are always coming after you to destroy you or to destroy your family. You can also adjust. Please, you can adjust so that you can sustain the peace in your home, and you don't really need to make your husband or your wife face his family in cold war because of you. What would you stand to gain? So please, this is again what you should do. Please, my gender, please take interest in whatever they do. Maybe before your husband gets married to you, there is always a way they celebrate their maybe special days, maybe their gets together, maybe all of that. You cannot just come and change everything. Please, sometimes you would need to take out time and identify with them in what they do as a family. You cannot just pull out of everything and say, no, we don't belong to them. Of course, your husband or your wife belong to them. So it is not wise sometimes when you said, okay, I don't want to identify with them in what they do. No, there is no wisdom in that. So take part in what they love to do. There might be a time when you will need to be a little bit blunt by telling them that, okay, no, I might not be able to adapt to this lifestyle. Let them know as you communicate your mind truthfully but respectfully. And please do not limit the interaction with your children. Okay, you want to set boundary, tick, it is very good, but please don't tutor your children. Don't plant hatred and resentment. Don't let it linger from one generation to the other. Don't tell your children, no, your mother-in-law is evil. No, do not plant the seed of doubt. Do not plant the seed of bitterness and hate into your children. And then please don't take your children away from them. Don't tell your mother-in-law, no, you can't have access to my children. Oh no, that is not correct. And please, you might not need the approval of your in-laws in everything you have to do. No, there is no need for that. The Lord bless you richly. Thank you for listening. 07037150154 is my personal private number. So please do not hesitate to contact me through this number. You can also drop your comments on the comment section. I will pick them from there by the special grace of God. Thank you. God bless you. Bye-bye.